Thank you. So I want to welcome everyone to this conference. We've had some engaging presentations so far, and I hope that you will appreciate what we are presenting. My co-presenter, Jessica Rivera, and I are both qualitative and social action researchers. And so today we will present A Sea of Change, Introducing Entrepreneurship to Urban College Students. So we are from Medgar College, which of course is a predominantly Black institution, part of the City University of New York. And it's located in the heart of central Brooklyn, which is a very diverse community of immigrants and low-income families. And so today, what we will do, we will go over what exactly is the Seek Entrepreneurship Academy, which we have called SEE. We will talk about the objectives of it, some of the outcomes, some lessons that we have learned, and certainly some recommendations for future practice. Next. So who are we? So the SEEK. So SEEK is an opportunity program that is funded by New York State. It really is a program that is designed for students with high needs. We use a very holistic approach to working with our students to ensure that we're providing them with academic, social, and economic supports that will eliminate some of the barriers that they enter college with, and which hopefully will assist them as they go beyond college. So specifically, we do this through the provision of counseling services, academic support by way of tutoring, peer mentorship, financial support, and experiential learning opportunities. And our goal primarily is to ensure that we customize this opportunity for all of our students. So specifically, the SEE, or the Seek Entrepreneurship Academy, is really a workshop series that was designed to introduce our students from these disadvantaged communities to an entrepreneurial mindset. You probably can appreciate that our students come in with a consumer-based mindset. And so what we're looking to do is to help to change that into one where they see themselves as creators and not just consumers. So we secured a business consultant who was a former investment banker and an entrepreneur herself, Nandine Apana. And she introduced students to things like business planning, mentorship, internship, networking, and the likes. And so what we wanted to make sure that students were competent in things like thinking about risk-taking, strategic thinking, planning, branding, and networking, because all of this was designed to ensure that our students who are coming from these marginalized communities are really beginning to develop a mindset that tackles the structural inequities and the generational poverty from which they come from in terms of these economically disadvantaged communities. So SEE serves that purpose as a tool or an economic engine for propelling our students forward. I'll now hand over to Jessica, and Jessica will go over some of the specific learning outcomes.
Thank you, Ms. Mason. Can everybody, okay, so you can hear me, great. So what did we want our students to get from SEE? We wanted them to learn the following objectives. We wanted them to identify their short-term and long-term goals. We wanted them to develop a personal goal plan or business plan, depending if they were a business major or non-business major. We wanted them to confront challenges and identify opportunities, especially as they did this planning. We wanted students to identify and secure internship or mentorship, pairings. And lastly, students, we wanted them to create a personal brand and participate in networking. Our student demographics was the following for the academic year of 2019 to 2020. We had four males versus 28 males. Racially, we had 26 Black students, 5 Latinx, and 1 Asian student. We had 4 students who were business majors and 28 students who were in non-business majors. As a footnote, we had students representing 12 different majors throughout this programming. What were the SEE outcomes? We had a completion rate of 100% of our 32 students within the cohort. There is an asterisk because originally our programming, our internship placements, for example, was meant for in person, but due to COVID, We had to make those adjustments, and we did. Regardless of what was the situation, all of our students received mentorship and coaching depending on what level they were and what kind of interest they had. Some of our internship placement partners included Friends of Crown Heights, New York Small Business Development, and Brooklyn Chamber of Commerce. And we will hear the testimony of our students.
As a student, it gave me the opportunity to really go beyond just the classroom, to really get an experience of what the professional field requires. You know, you could sit down in a business class and get the information, but to truly go out there and meet people and make connections, that was a great experience. As a professional, it really opened me up to how I should carry myself, how to properly write an email, how to present yourself, and overall, yeah.
Well, the key takeaway from being in Lucknow, the SEEK Entrepreneurship Academy, was to be open to any opportunity, no matter how small or bigger, and always feel confident and secure of, you know, yourself. Being in the academy, sometimes I can say I was a shy person, where if there is opportunity, I would always, you know, develop myself about, okay, this is not like too big for me, or maybe it is enough. But any opportunity is always to take it, because you never know when it's gonna be helpful. And also, any opportunity, I said, it will be helpful in the future. So no matter how small or bigger, it's always better to take it.
I would say, even though I am a student, even though I attend Medgar and I am learning like skills like math, English, but the skill set that I got from the Entrepreneur Academy, it's not offered in a class. You cannot teach someone soft skills. When you go to Medgar College, I do math, I do English, my major is public administration, so I do civic engagement. But even though I'm doing civic engagement, simple thing as, let's say I'm volunteering and I'm distributing food. This program offered, right, what it's offering to me and what the experiences I had from it, what I valued is that it gave me the opportunity of taking advantage and learning more about developing and exploring my soft skills, meaning that even though I'm volunteering and it's just giving out food, it might be certain things, the way you present yourself, the way you speak, the way you carry yourself. And within doing that, I didn't look at it, and I was very prideful in doing these things. And it has enabled me to become a better student, you know? So I would say soft skills. This is something that Medgar don't teach. And this is something that one of the experiences that I took full advantage of from the SEEK Entrepreneur Academy. And having a mentor is like having someone hold your hands and saying, I got you, I'm gonna guide you, you're gonna be all right. It's good to have that. Someone you could reference with, someone you could talk to, someone you could ask questions about. What is it like when I go on this interview? What should I expect? What are they looking for? How should I dress? How should I present myself? What do you think they would be looking for? What are the qualifications they would need for this job? You know, a mentor is a lifelong person, that a lifelong line that you will have for the rest of your life. Someone you could look up to, and every student should have that.
Extremely, extremely, extremely important, simply because, especially in the business world, it's all about connections, opportunities. I remember Obama telling a group of female students that he was fortunate to be in the position that he is due to being lucky. You know, he told students that they're a lot smarter than he is. But what made him different was the opportunities that were presented to him and the people that he was able to make connections with. So having a mentor is very important, especially one who's already established in the business world.
I do think it should be, just because in there is more, okay, there's no class that teach you there's no class that teach you how to network. There's no class that teach you how to behave. There's no class that teach you to go around. It's more all the classes in business school, in the business department, I graduated with a bachelor degree in financial economics. Is the lesson that we're learning. We're not really learning how to behave in the real life. So I believe this is an great extra curriculum, or it should be in the curriculum where there should something, a course that can teach you how to be a professional. So that's what it is. Basically, it teaches you how to be a professional anywhere you go.
So with that being said, we just heard from our students who actually graduated, our first cohort of C. With that being said, let's go over briefly the glows and grows. The glows, or what worked. We was able to reinvigorate students about their mindset, or recondition, begin to have them think that even if they was not a business major, they too can engage in an entrepreneurship mindset and engage in creating wealth and legacy for them and those after them. Now, in terms of the grows, we do need to increase more male participants, and then COVID happened. So part of the glows too is that we was resilient to think on our feet, to still offer our students programming, but it still did change what we did and how we did it. I'd like to now give the mic over to Ms. Mason for recommendations and to wrap up.
So thank you so much. I think you would agree with me that our students did indicate how much this was beneficial to them. And I think as we think in terms of future practice, the business department may want to consider something like this as a recruitment tool for having students consider business as a major. Because if you notice, the program did have more non-business majors than we had business majors. So potentially this is an enrollment tool. For us, in terms of our department, because we're at once a department, academic department in a program, we do have a business seminar course on the books that we have not used in several years. And so what we are thinking of doing, rather than having this as an external extracurricular type activity, incorporating that into that business class so that we can offer it on a regular basis to our students. We also hope to be able to collaborate with the business department and the entrepreneurship lab. So I know Professor Crump is on in the audience. So I hope this is something that we can work together on so that we can streamline and support the work that we do. And certainly we hope that we would be able to inspire the business department to consider incorporating some of this into their existing curriculum. So in terms of some type of innovative curriculum, so that students, as they articulated, can have those real life type experiences interwoven into their curriculum. With that, we thank you, and we will be open to any questions that you may have.